Cheers is filmed before a live studio audience.
So what do you guys want to watch now?
Well, you know us, Sammy. We'll watch just about anything.
That's funny. Can't get the channel to change. It's stuck.
Yeah, that's all right, Sam. It's probably something okay on this channel.
Find out more. 1-800-US-BONDS.
From New York, it's Late Night with David Letterman.
Good night, Sam. Good night, Sam.
Wait a minute. This'll work. Give me a second. Oh, come on.
Tonight, actor Tom Hanks and Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous man. And now, Michael Jordan's favorite caddy, David Letterman.
Man, I'm telling you, it makes me feel like I'm in show business. Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. You are looking at a very excited, very happy man. Listen to this. Earlier today, for the first time, NBC named me Employee of the Month. I was thinking about something. If General Electric, the vast global consortium which owns NBC, if GE had a sense of humor, they'd send a guy in here right now to fire me. Wouldn't that be something?
Dave, you're fired.
All day long, people have been asking me, Dave, what will you miss about NBC now that you're leaving? And it puts you, whether you want to be or not, in a reflective mood. And I've been thinking about it, and so this question keeps coming up. What will you miss? What's going to happen? What will you miss? How do you feel? And so I guess I'm thinking now, well, what I really will miss, I guess, is that kind of vague, non-specific sexual tension between me and you know, Garrett Utley. And I don't often like to compliment myself, but I think I did something kind of sweet, something kind of cute earlier today. I gave Conan O'Brien, now the young man who'll take over this show after we're gone. I gave Conan O'Brien's home address to the woman who keeps busting in the mouth.
That was cute.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy you folks are here tonight. We have a wonderful show. Our old friend, a fine actor, and a great guy, Tom Hanks, is on the program. Mr. Tom Hanks. We have some surprises and free balloons for the kids. Now say hello to our good friend, Mr. Paul Schaefer.
Thank you very much. So make it one for you, Davy, and one more for that road, that long, cuckoo nutty long road.
Very nice. Thank you, Paul.
See you over there,
Very
baby.
nice. Thank you, Paul. And may I say tonight you're dressed as though you're waiting for Don Diego to return.
Well, I am, senor. Thank you for noticing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man was on our very first program, February 3rd, February 2nd, February 1st, 1982, and he's been with us ever since. As always, for no apparent reason, here's Larry Bud Melman. Larry!
I love you for loving me. Good night, everybody.
He's nothing if not glib. And I think he's getting better.
Better at what?
Hey, you know, one of the great things about working in this building, we're at 30 Rockefeller Plaza, right in the heart of Midtown Manhattan, and everything is within a couple of steps at arm's reach, literally. And in the wintertime, there is a beautiful, I guess, world-famous ice skating rink right down there on the plaza. You've seen it on this show, you've seen it on other television programs, you've seen it in films, you've seen it in postcards. And it's so beautiful, whether you ice skate or not, you're drawn to it. Am I right, Paul?
Absolutely right.
And so it was for this very reason, a couple of years ago, February 8th, 1991, Paul and I, after lunch, took some time and went down to go ice skating at the beautiful skating rink here at 30 Rock. Hal, roll that videotape. Enjoy this, I hope. Fun. Great job.
Thank you. In Canada, everybody learns how to skate like that, but you.
Are you still 2 years later a little sore from that?
Yeah, well, in the back right here.
I am just a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, you're here with us on our final program for NBC. We're going to do a commercial, and our old friend Tom Hanks will join us. Thanks for being here tonight. We'll be right back. ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful program planned. Paul, look, bubbles. One more time on the bubbles. You won't see these ever again, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we're putting the bubbles to rest. I've said it before. I'll say it till I die. You can't do a proper TV show without a bubble machine.
Bubbles and bubbles.
And how about a little radioactive steam? There you go. One day, all talk shows will be like this. I guess it was about 5 years ago, writers on this program started coming up with ideas to put me in various suits and dunk me in things. We got that idea originally from shows that Steve Allen did many, many, many years ago, where they would put Steve Allen in like a teabag suit and then dunk him in water, and they would make hundreds of thousands of gallons of iced tea with Steve Allen. And so we thought, let's try some things like that as sort of, well, obviously to steal a good idea. That was first and foremost. And then if we get caught, we'll say, well, it was a tribute and a salute to Steve Allen. And that seemed to work pretty well for us.
It was a loving tribute.
Yeah. But like everything else, one idea kind of kicked off another idea, and we kept doing these little things, and they're all me in wacky suits, and I'm not sure when the first one was, but we have a couple on videotape. Hal, roll that videotape. Tonight is human sponge night. Oh my goodness. Go ahead. And kind of an historical note, when I'm in the giant cereal bowl and I'm being doused with milk, that's the only time on this show you ever saw my feet.
I think you're right about that.
Have we introduced our friends sitting in with the band tonight? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Was that it?
There they are.
Sure. Yeah.
Exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, our old friend in with the band again this evening, Dave Sanborn. Nice
David
to see you, Dave.
Sanborn, as always, sounding great. Thanks, David.
We have, ladies and gentlemen, our last top 10 list, the category of which tonight is top 10 things I need to do before I leave my position here at NBC. Comes to us from the home office in Oneonta, New York. Top 10 things I have to do before I leave NBC. Here we go, number 10. Drop off hairpiece at security desk. Yes, I absolutely have to do that. Number 9. Vacuum out Bill Wendell, our announcer, and write down his mileage. Yeah, got to do that. Number 8, one final turn your head and cough visit to the NBC nurse. Certainly looking forward to that.
Let's see that one.
Number 7, steal my weight in office supplies. Number 6, let my plastic surgeon step out and take a bow. This has been his show as much as mine. Number 5, one last hot oil rubdown from the knowing hands of Mr. John Chancellor. Number 4, return artificial leg to props department. Yeah, I gotta do that. Number 3, get one more cheap laugh by saying the word Buttafuoco. Number 2, send change of address forms to that woman who keeps breaking into my house. Yeah, I'll take care of that. And the number 1 thing I must do before I leave NBC, untie Willard. There you go. Okay. Our first guest is a good friend of ours, I think in terms of show business friends, don't you, Paul?
In those terms and in
Been
any
here
other
many,
terms.
many times, a fine actor, and has been in such motion pictures as Big. Big, did you see that Big, Paul?
I loved Big.
Yep. And also A League of Their Own. And his latest motion picture, entitled Sleepless in Seattle, opens today, as a matter of fact. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the always charming Mr. Tom Hanks. Tom! Nice to see you.
Thank you very much. Here I am on probably the show business event of the season, and I might as well be Phyllis Newman out here on the show.
Nice to see you, Tom.
Thank you. It's great to be here. You know, it's kind of a bittersweet occasion, Dave.
How so?
Well, this is probably the last time you're going to see my puss on your TV show.
What? Whoa.
Well, it's a matter. Look, first of all, the only reason I'm stepping foot into the Ed Sullivan Theater is to see exactly where he's buried. I don't know if you have a little cobblestone, a little plaque. I don't know if he's on the stage. I don't know if he's backstage. I don't know who else is buried in there. I'm not sure.
You know, they have him propped up in the lobby.
Kind of like Gumby here and the Killer Bees upstairs.
He's kind of an orangeade dispenser.
Now, the reason I can't do your show anymore, Dave, is because I just don't get the time slot. Why you would want to move to 8 o'clock on Sundays is beyond me.
Oh, Tom.
And I realize that, your hours are cut down. You only work 1 hour a week. All you got to do is really stand in front of a curtain and say, now, have you seen plates spinning like this? I don't think so. Next, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure your people are booking Cirque du Soleil for the next year and a half to come in and tumble. You're just not going to have time for me, and quite frankly, I don't want to lead in Murder, She Wrote. I'm sorry. I just don't want to.
Well, but to me, you just described there what sounds like a very satisfyingly entertaining show.
Listen, I watch my friend Bob Saget on America's Funniest Home Videos. That's not changing. It's as simple as that.
All right, good for you. Tom, let's talk a little bit about your illustrious motion picture career.
Oh, it's a checkered thing, and it comes and goes. And sometimes we do good work like we did this week, and sometimes we choke. But the point is...
No, wait a minute. Let's talk about a couple of chokes. What would you regard as a choke?
No, nothing recently. I mean, nothing since I figured out how to do it. Not since Dragnet. But, the thing is... Come on, please.
But still in all, you got to say, that's a great idea to make a motion picture about that wonderful, legendary half-hour television.
Yeah, especially from a guy like me who is still pretty much defined by what he watches on TV.
Yeah.
I have three...
That's not good.
But it's who I am, and it's who most of us are, Dave, and you're making quite a good career out of it, I might add. I have three cardinal rules as far as watching television. One is, if there's a James Bond movie on Sunday night, I'm home watching it. Secondly, anything with cleavage. Wait, hey, is that Adrienne Barbeau? Oh, let's watch this. And thirdly,
this is good news for your family.
Thirdly, if there is an Elvis Presley movie on Saturday afternoon, I don't care how long the kids sit in the car. We're not going to Disneyland that day. I'm going to watch Clambake. I'm watching Speedway.
What is your favorite Elvis Presley film?
Well, I had originally probably my favorite was Viva Las Vegas, but just
great
recently,
film.
Fabulous. I have a makeup man who actually, a friend of mine who had done my makeup, did Elvis.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, we'd like to have him sit in the audience when we go to the Sullivan Theater. I'll introduce him.
Danny, you got it. Danny Streetpack. But I just recently saw Roustabout.
Yeah.
Which is rocketed to the top of my list.
He works for a circus, right?
Well, what it is first of all, it's a stellar cast. It's got Barbara Stanwyck is in Roustabout. Barbara Stanwyck walked around Hollywood, had lunch at Chase and saying, I'm doing this movie with Elvis. And it was Roustabout. There was this one moment where Elvis is just taking the job there. It's about a carnival, Roustabout a carnival. And he says, I can't believe here I am working for a circus. And they cut away to this very big dramatic single of Barbara Stanwyck turning back to Elvis with just her eyes blazing like they hadn't done since, I don't know, since Audra lost a herd on the South 40 there.
The Big Valley, yeah.
And she says with just fire in her eyes, this is not a circus, mister. This is a carnival, and don't you forget it. And Elvis, before he broke out into a song about roustabout, before he broke into that, said, okay, all right, I'm sorry, okay, now let me get this straight now. I guess a circus has like elephants, right? And I guess a carnival has like a Ferris wheel. Okay. But I'm telling you something right now. They both got sawdust. Roustabout.
Yeah.
Roustabout.
Very nice.
It's sensational. Anything from Roustabout, Paul? Anything at all from Roustabout?
I know Heartbreak Hotel.
There you go.
Oh, not even close.
I don't know.
Yeah. But what I wanted to talk to you about is some of the leading women, the stars that you have worked with in your films. That's where this all sort of began.
I've worked Meg Ryan. I've worked with twice, and she's in Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah.
She's
lovely.
I'm telling you, I'll do anything she wants to anytime.
Is she a nice woman?
She's a very nice woman.
You get along, your friends?
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, my wife, who was also in the movie, we're all good friends. We hang around, the kids play together.
That's nice.
We're sort of neighbors. We're just regular folks.
Yeah.
And funny thing about Meg Ryan, an Amway distributor.
No, I didn't. I had no idea. Is that right?
We've actually had to stop going to her house because she has that display in the front entryway.
Yeah.
Okay, Shackley's Basic Age. Here's a check. We'll take 3 more
I
crates.
guess you can always use a couple extra bucks in these recessionary times.
Well, yeah.
I tell you what, we need to pause here for a commercial. When we come back, we'll continue chatting with our old friend Tom. Tom, thank you very much for being here. We'll be right back. Good, aren't they? You know what we could do is just turn on the cameras 2 or 3 nights a week and have Paul and the band play for an hour, and that would be great. That's all you really need.
I don't know.
The absolute best TV talk show band in the business.
David, thank you so much. It's been a gas.
And I say business. You know why, don't you?
Because you really want to say industry.
No, I'm from business. I'm from the streets.
Oh,
business.
You are from the street.
So I say business.
What is the word in the street, by the way?
It's good. Mr. Hanks, we were talking about women you have worked with. Now, I know you also worked with national treasure, Cher.
Well, look, let me explain. I didn't work with Cher so much as I worked for Cher.
A lot of people have worked on Cher.
Well,
I don't know. Not even sure what that means.
not touching it. This was a circumstance. I was a bellman, or a bellboy, as they're called too in derogatory terms, in Oakland when she was married to Greg Allman.
Greg Allman.
And I had to go to her room and take a bag that had been inadvertently delivered to her room and take it over to Dickie Betts' room. Actually, Dickie Betts, a famous guitarist.
Right.
So it had a profound effect on me in 2 ways. One was that Greg answered the door, and Greg had that little kind of thing right there. What is that? Oatmeal? Is it a thing?
I don't know.
I'm there looking stupid in my red blazer and my rainbow tie, and hair, which was very big back then. And I said something to the effect, "I'm here to take the bags." And I said, "Oh yeah, what is it? Hey, Toots, which bags of these gotta go?" "Oh, Greg," and she kind of like appeared for a moment and then disappeared. But I got a bona fide glimpse at her. So what happened was that that was Cher. It was Cher Allman, as she was known back then, and she was Toots. So I had a girlfriend at the time, and she immediately became Toots.
Very
Hey
classy.
Toots, I'm off at 10. Hey Toots, let's go to Ghirardelli Square this weekend. Hey Toots, and now the women who are important to me are always Toots.
Very hip touch.
Very hip. The other thing that really came out of that experience was I immediately started experimenting with heroin, and
Oh, jeez.
it's not anything like it's cracked up to be. You might as well just drink a bunch of coffee, Dave. It's the same exact sensation. I'm joking. Of course I'm joking. I'm telling a joke based on show business legend from years and years and years ago.
Now, have you since had a chance? Because this to me is the delightful thing, one of the many delightful things about life. Because you were a bellhop, 16, 17, 18, and then suddenly now you're Mr. Huge box office superstar, and you could visit with Cher, you could work with Cher. You could tell her this story.
The only show business personality I've actually got to meet and say, you know, I once carried your bag was Slappy White. I broke Slappy White's golf clubs when I was. Slappy White is a comedian in Vegas. He's a legendary show business figure. I was incredibly excited to take his huge suitcase for him and carry it over to the trunk of his Matador or whatever it is and try to put it in. Now Slappy yells everything, and he did to me. Take my suitcase over to my car. Here are the keys to my car. I took the keys over and I lifted up the dress. Put it in the trunk of my car. So this huge, massive suitcase, and I popped the trunk on his thing, and it's loaded. The trunk is filled. It's got his golf clubs. It's got all kinds of stuff. And I lift up this huge suitcase and counter lever it over, and it lands with a thud. And I'm trying to push the trunk of his car closed, and I know that I put his suitcase on top of his golf clubs. And he must have had 400 golf clubs in this golf bag. Every conceivable golf club tool was in this, and I'm pushing it down like this. And from all across the parking lot, I hear, "You're bending the shaft! Stop bending the shaft!" And I swear, Slappy White came running about 400 yards like this. "You're bending the shaft! Stop bending the shaft!" So I met Slappy White at the Academy Awards, and I apologized for breaking his golf club.
It couldn't be a more flattering characterization. Tom,
it's a distinctive delivery. The
big movie Sleepless in Seattle opens today.
It opened today, as a matter of fact.
And I understand that the reviews on the film are great.
It's huge in San Diego.
People seem to love it, and it looks like another big blockbuster for you.
It's a very nice movie, and the odds are always against you creating that. But Nora Ephron did a wonderful job, and
Well, you know what I think it is, and I've expressed this to you before. I think that it's you. I think people go to see your work because they know you're a good actor, but more importantly, I think they know you're a nice guy, except for Slappy White, perhaps.
I would not go on nationwide TV and say it's anything other than the best damn movie you'll ever see. No, we're all very proud of it. It's a great movie.
Yeah, but you used to be on heroin, I understand.
No. The whole thing. You know, it might help me.
Good to see you. I want to try. Stop bending the shaft! Hey, stop bending the shaft! Something very satisfying about that. Tom, it's good to see you.
Thank you so much
for
having me.
Have a great summer. I hope it's a big, huge movie for you. Tom Hanks, ladies and gentlemen. Well, be right back.
Friday Night Videos is what it is with Aerosmith and Michael Jackson, plus performances from Silk and SWV. Friday Night Videos is what it is.
More Seinfeld trivia. An indecent exposure lands Elaine a new nickname. What is it?
Everybody's calling me Nick.
Know your Seinfeld. Oh, baby.
Oh, man.
Say, do you guys know the new Newton-John thing?
You're making with conversation. I gotta handle you just right. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure you'll understand my point of view. We know each other mentally. You gotta know that you're
Yeah. That was Bill Murray, of course, on our very first show about 11 and a half years ago, singing Let's Get Physical.
Right.
You saw maybe 30 seconds, and Bill's version of that Olivia Newton-John song that he did that night went on, I guess, about 18 minutes.
It sure did. He did not rehearse, you know. He refused to rehearse.
That's right.
Came time for rehearsal, he said, I got to go walk my dog, and he split. We didn't even know if he was coming back for the show, but he did. Absolutely no rehearsal.
Yeah, came back in and knocked us all dead with that 18-minute version of Let's Get Physical. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can pass along one word of advice to you this weekend as you're getting ready to pursue your weekend leisure activities. Stop bending the shaft! We'll be right back, kids. Ladies and gentlemen, to our final television show for the NBC TV network, and we have plenty of stuff to come. April 8th, 1986. It was, I guess, shortly before that date that NBC was sold by RCA to General Electric.
Right.
This huge, the most powerful global corporation in the history of the solar system, General Electric, had purchased now NBC, the company we had worked for about 2 years at that point. You'd worked for them for a long time.
Yeah,
I guess 4 years in '86 was the length of time we had been here. So we were a little nervous because now we didn't know what changes were in the offing, and we thought what we should do is go right to the General Electric headquarters and take a gift to them and kind of introduce ourselves, try and get this relationship off on the right foot so that there would be no problems in the future and someone would have to change networks.
Stop bending the shaft! Stop bending the shaft! Yeah, now you're getting it.
It's fun to say.
Now you're getting it.
So that's what we did. Me and the kids packed up the TV gear, went over to the GE headquarters here in New York City, and wanted to introduce ourselves around and give them some get-acquainted gifts. Hal, roll that videotape from April 8, 1986. Sometime last summer, it was announced that General Electric was going to be buying out and taking over the RCA Corporation. And of course, RCA is the company that owns NBC. And as you know, NBC is the company that I work for and the company that brings you all your favorite television programs. Well, sometime in August, I guess, the takeover will be complete. And we're all now getting a little curious as to what kind of effect it's going to have on, you know, NBC as we know it today, the programming, and I guess specifically, how is it going to influence me? And what I'm really trying to get at here is, am I going to have a job? So this is the General Electric building, and, you know, I have a little gift, and we thought, what the heck, let's just drop in and, you know, say hello, just see how it's going, and, you know, they can't object to that, can they? Let me ring the bell here first before we go in. It's a pretty big building. It was built in 1931, and I believe it was originally the RCA building, and then later it became the General Electric building. Let me hit that bell again. Can we go in there? Yes, sir. We just wanted to drop off a little fruit basket and say hello to the folks on the board of directors. Can you hear me? Yes, ma'am. Hi, how are you?
I'm not sure you're able to do this.
Well, why not?
Because we haven't gotten the authorization.
Do you work for General Electric?
Yes, I do.
Are you on the board of directors?
No, I'm not.
Oh. What is your name?
I'd rather not.
Oh no, come on. You know, we just wanted to come over and say hello. We're going to be working together, and we want to get everything off on the right foot. We have this lovely basket of fruit. So do you mind if we come? Hi, what is your name?
We received the letter.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but we didn't give authorization.
Uh-huh. We just can't. You mean we need authorization to drop off a fruit basket?
Yes.
To drop off a fruit basket?
Yes, you need authorization.
Oh, this is going to be fun to work with these people, isn't it? To drop off a fruit basket, you need paperwork.
Give me a minute, and I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Just a minute here, and then what is your name?
Ramos, Orlando Ramos.
You know, we're working together now.
That's nice.
How do you like working for GE?
It's good.
Are they nice people?
Good people. Good people.
Are they mean to you at all?
Excuse me?
Are they ever mean to you?
No. Good people.
Christmas bonuses?
Good people.
Just let us come in and we'll drop off the basket of fruit. Okay. These are the people that we're going to be working with. Just go on in. I'll just go on in and see what happens. Hi, how are you? I'm Dave Letterman. Nice to meet you. What is your name?
I'm going to ask you to turn the cameras off, please.
Okay, we just wanted to drop off this basket of fruit.
Okay. Will you cut the cameras, please?
It's a gesture of goodwill.
Will you cut the cameras, please? You have to talk to the director right over there, Mr. Green.
Just director.
A gesture of goodwill.
What a gesture of good trouble there. Please enjoy your complimentary light bulbs. We're going to do another commercial, and we have some more great stuff to show you. Come on back, folks. You know, as I said at the beginning of the program, when you have a situation like this, kind of a decision, a point in your career where things change, you can't help but to become a bit reflective. And people do ask you things like, do you have any regrets? Are you sorry about anything? Are there guests that you wish you could have had on? And I was thinking about that, and I believe, honestly, in about 11 and a half years that we've been on this program, there is, I think, really only one person who has not been on this show who I always really, really wanted as a guest.
Really? Who is
one
it?
person in 11 and a half years. And happily, all of that changes here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So, better late than never, please welcome Bruce Springsteen.
Thanks for the last Dave. I hope it's appropriate for the evening. Here we go. Are you ready, man? Well, I had a friend, was a big baseball player back in high school. He could throw that speedball by you, made you look like a football. Saw him the other night at this roadside bar. I was walking in, he was walking out. We went back inside, sat down, had a few drinks. All they kept talking about was glory days. Yeah, pass you by, glory days. In the wake of the young girls' eye, glory days, glory days. Well, there's a girl that lives up the block. Back in school, she could turn all the boys' heads. Sometimes on a Friday, I'll stop by and have a few drinks with her. After she put her kids to bed, well, her and her husband, Bobby, well, they split up, must be years gone by now. We just sit around talking about the old times. She says when she feels like crying, she starts laughing. Glory days. Yeah, pass you by, glory days. You know, we hear the young girls out, glory days, glory days. Come on, Dave. face.
Bruce Springsteen. What do you think? All right.
You know, if I had known that, I'd have gotten on the piano years ago. Great to have you here.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much. It's a terrific thrill for me. I really, really can't tell you how much this means to me. Good to see you. Hey, I am Mr. Rock and Roll, aren't I? We'll be right back. That was great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. You guys were great. By the way, Dave Sanborn, nice job on the tambourine.
Well, that's what Clarence played on the original. That's exactly what Clarence
By the way, Bruce and I, after the program, we're driving down to the Jersey Shore, and we're just going to fight.
All right.
But if you think about it, Paul, in the 11 and a half years we've had wonderful, wonderful guests.
Yeah.
But I think for me, this was the only person that we always really wanted to have on, but could never work it out.
Tried to get him all these years.
And it just makes me feel great that he could come by on our last show. So this is our 1,809th and final show for NBC. We began the program cold day in February of '82, and here we are in the middle of June, a lovely summer evening in '93, nearly 11 and a half years, and we're wrapping it up. I want to thank the folks at home who have watched us all those years. It seems unlikely that we would get together and do this every day if you folks weren't at home watching. You know. But you folks have been terrific, and one of the really nice things about it is knowing that you were there to take a look at what we were up to each and every night. Obviously, the staff and the crew, all of the people who have worked with us up on the 14th floor, everybody who works down here on the 6th floor, everybody who works throughout the building to help us do this program every night. When you folks at home tonight, as we roll the final credits, just do me a small favor and take a look at the credits as they roll by, and know that the success of this program over the years, first and foremost, is due to the hard work, efforts, and loyalty of the names of the men and women that you'll see go by tonight. And you folks, all of you, have my thanks and my friendship, and I couldn't express that to you enough. Paul Schaefer, I've said this from the very beginning. I hope you people at home understand just how good Paul is. Paul and his band are, without a doubt, the best in the business today.
Brought that band. It's nice of you. Thank you.
And early on, I noticed that the nicest thing for me coming to work each day and the most exciting part of every show we have ever done has always been your music, and I mean that absolutely. And I would do this all over, but I sure as hell wouldn't do it over without you guys.
Thank you. Well, you have been fabulous to work for all these years. It's been a thrill every night. It's been new and different every night, and thanks a lot.
Like to see you wear a tie at the new place.
Well, I'll work on it. Yeah.
Also, I began a relationship with NBC in the late 70s, in roughly 1978. I was a guest on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and it was, I think, the most exciting moment of my life in big-time television. And I've had an association with NBC ever since. And through all of those years, I have never been anything but completely proud of my relationship with this network. And I hope in some small measure that they took some pride in our accomplishments. For me, it's just been terrific. The gentleman who will take over this program is Conan O'Brien. I've met him a couple of times. The only thing I know about Conan for sure is that he's been in prison. That's all I don't know. I know he killed a guy. I don't. And he's been on the show, and as I said to him when he was a guest on our program, I hope for Conan and his staff all of the success and the happiness that we here have been able to achieve, and I sincerely mean that for him and his folks. Also, I hope that he finds it in his heart sometime down the road to invite me back here from time to time. I would get a kick out of that. So that's it. I want to thank Bruce Springsteen for being here. What an evening. And, of course, Tom Hanks.
Stop beating the shit!
The next time we see you, folks, it will be Monday night, August 30th at 11:30. Have a good night. Thank you. Goodbye, everybody.
To all the people around the world, some words of good advice that you should try to always buy our sponsors' merchandise. Change the channel, change your life. It doesn't cost a thing. We're talking loud, standing proud. Now join us as we sing. It's a late night world. It's a world that we can share. So turn on your TV and watch me. It's a late night world of love. It's a late night world.
It's Saturday Night Live
Sassy.
with host Luke Perry
Very sassy.
and musical guest Mick Jagger.
Saturday, NBC's coverage of the crown jewel of tennis's illustrious Grand Slam begins. The championships, Wimbledon, this weekend on NBC.